Welcome back to finals day here at the J-Bay Open. We are going to see a replay of the incompleted 2015 final between Julian Wilson and Mick Fanning. What was set to be an amazing showdown in this event last year is going to play out in the semis, and the winner will take on John Florence. As you can see,
the ocean is really good right now, making sure he's on the best waves. I just think it makes your heat a lot easier. Julian staying busy right here, knifing into the water. Beautiful little hack. But look at the size of the wave, Ronnie. So it's very small. Always going to be so tough to get a score that's worth keeping in your top two when you take off in a wave that small. And Julian, because he doesn't have priority, further in, again, looking for a score somehow. Goes for a pretty crafty little nose pick there, but again, that's not going to be a keeper of a score. So Mick, he's just so smart. He's out there waiting for that set wave. And I think right now he's very comfortable, even though Julian's on the inside, catching a bunch of little waves. And you know, pretty cool little air right there. But again, the score can't go much higher than what they've dropped at the 4. They want to see you mix it up.
Well, Julian, without priority, is going to tap into the first wave of a new set here with just over 30 minutes remaining. Julian, just a clean sequence of turns, getting a big finish on the inside here. And right behind him, Mick gets his first wave. And it's a bigger wall as Fanning. Nice high line trim there, sets up this carve. Stylish cut down. And cracks it straight up through the roof. A clean combination of moves.
Look at the size of this thing. Not only the size, this thing is rolling down the point, so he's going to make sure he gets around this section here, Ronnie. Got high. Now he drops down. He's got so much speed on offer. He can rip into a carve just like that. And that's what makes Mick Fanning one of the best surfers ever at J-Bay. He knows how to apply pressure when he needs to on the wave. So he never forces it, never pushes a maneuver that looks awkward or out of place. So very well designed surfing there for Mick. This is the first wave of the set. Julian really nice off the rail there. Throwing a lot of spray, always an indication of pushing hard on that rail.
And we have to wait for some time after the hurdle to get the result, as we see Julian now trying to put a really solid number up against a 3-time world champion. Great flow already on this wave, and really mixing things up as he brings it through to the inside, kicking that tail over the closeout. Wave selection just working in Mick's favour, allowing him to get a bit more time and space on his ride. But this is Julian's last wave now.
Wow, so pretty nice looking wave there. You can see the face is pretty cupped out. That's allowing for some risky movers to go down, and I love the last one, how he kind of kicked the fins free at the end.
A lot of energy, you know, coming out to them from, you know, the beach to the water, but watching it, look at these guys just hammering away in the corner. So fun to watch these guys surf from out in the water. These guys floating down the line, bang, again up into the bowl. The view from out here is absolutely just, it's priceless. You see Mick Fanning's 8, definitely had the opportunity to get a higher score, but he needed to kind of pace himself a little bit different down the line. He actually had to wait right there for a turn and then go into it. So, you know, definitely both surfers going fast, beautiful turns, surfing amazing.
Last ride in 8.17, the strongest of this semi-final so far, as Fanning uses his priority, takes off once again, drifts that tail for a moment, and has a lot of speed as he floats down this wall. Leans onto the tail pad there. A couple of big maneuvers combined together nicely. Just joining the dots.
But that wave right there, everything unfolded just how he wanted. So he was right in that magic spot where he was still in the riskiest part of the wave and able to pull off maneuvers that weren't too crazy, where he keep that flow up and not get caught behind. So right there, there's that tail chuck. And you know, he had just enough momentum and projection to finish that wave off and go to the next turn. So it's a very tough kind of concoction to mix those two together with flow and speed and risk, you know, because you can't play it too safe. The judges won't give you a big score. And Mick really on point with this wave here, Ronnie, with you know, that magic mix of speed and risk.
A solid combination, and arriving at the closeout in time to stick this finishing move. And just like every single surf on the championship tour, once you start
backhand in the wall.
We've got live action now. Julian Wilson used priority on this wall, and it is clean out there at the moment. Wilson on the attack. smashing this wave down the line and needs a big finish here. Little transition, tricky to read, but he does well.
A speed difference between him and Mick, and that's kind of on focus right here. But Julian always buttery smooth, tons of flow. Nice rail work there, throwing a lot of spray in that opening carve, staying fluid on that second snap, just getting a little bit of fin release, which shows you how spot on Julian is with his equipment. But again, because he kind of went for that 2-for-1, Ronnie, on that last exchange there on that wave, those last couple of maneuvers, it lacked that oomph, that risk factor, that really, you know, just in-your-face big score to the judges. You know, had he gone for a nose pick air reverse to finish that wave off, we're looking at a huge score. But because he kind of got a little bit on the repetitive side, and, you know, those last 2 maneuvers were for, at this level, safe, the judges will know that.
There's that bottom turn we can't stop talking about, but a super slick combination at the start of this ride.
He's just one of the slickest surfers on tour. You know, a beautiful style. I love that tail release, Ronnie.
Movement here with just over 6.5 minutes to go. Wilson without priority, looking for an air on the inside, little float to set things up, maintaining that speed, and he sets his stance. He's looking for something solid on the finish here, but this wave is going to move too far inside, and that last section just not ramping up quite enough.
Well, there you go. I guess they settled that unfinished business from 2015.
Are they going to bust out last year's trophies?
Maybe the extra points. Mick's going to be stoked, and a true gentleman right there shaking hands with Julian.